Good afternoon. We are looking towards a long weekend because of our Independence Day holiday. And so I wanted to take a few moments to ask you, what does freedom mean to you? What do you think about when you think about freedom? So this weekend and over this holiday, we take a pause and we go back and we think about the revolution, and we think about our freedom um, from overseas, and the ability to make our own decisions as a country, and that has allowed us to grow. We think about all of the people in our lives and in our country who have fought to keep that freedom alive for us, to keep us with the ability to um, make our own choices about things, and to help us take care of one another. And there have been many people who have laid down so much for us to be able to have those. And so we take these moments and this time to pause and reflect and say thank you to them. But I also want to take a moment to think, just for you and yourself and for your personal time. I want to give you a challenge over the next few days, and I want you to really dig into, what does freedom mean? What does freedom mean for you as a person of faith, as a member of the family of God, as a member of part of this nation, and part of, as a person of faith? What does freedom mean for you? I don't have an answer because we all come to that very differently. So today, a way to give you a way to think about that, and a way to challenge you on your thoughts on freedom, I want to read some scriptures for you that speak about what Christ meant for us when Christ came to give us freedom, and what God intends for us here on earth. So here are some scriptures, and you may want to jot them down so that you can go back and read them more and look at the context around them and see what was going on. But here's a few verses from Galatians chapter 5. This is Galatians 5, verse 1. It is for freedom that Christ has set us free. Stand firm, then, and do not let yourselves be burdened again by a yoke of slavery. Then, from Romans, Paul's letter to the Romans, I'm looking at chapter 6, verse 7. For one who has died has been set free from sin. A different kind of freedom. We think about that. Romans 13. Let no debt remain outstanding, except for the continuing debt to love one another. For whoever loves others has fulfilled the law. That's Romans 13, verse 8. Let no debt remain outstanding except for the continuing debt to love one another. For whoever loves others has fulfilled the law. Go back to Galatians chapter 5. This is one I has spoken to me today. For you were called to freedom, brothers and sisters. Only do not use your freedom as an opportunity for flesh, but through love, serve one another. I'll read that again. For you were called to freedom, brothers and sisters. Only do not use your freedom as an opportunity for the flesh, but through love, serve one another. 2 Corinthians 3:17. Now the Lord is the Spirit, and where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom. Another beautiful thought. Now the Lord is the Spirit, and where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom. I want to turn to the Gospels and look at John. And you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. The scriptures come at the idea of freedom from so many different paths. A fleshly thing, a spirit, so many different ways to think about freedom. So what does that mean for you? Look at one more from 1 Peter 2, verse 16 through 17. Live as people who are free, not using your freedom as a cover-up for evil, but living as servants of God. Honor everyone. Love the brotherhood. fear God, honor. So, lots of things to think about when we think about freedom. We think about, and the end of that one says, honor the emperor. So it's looking at honoring our leaders, honoring those who are fighting for that freedom for us, honoring each other. Lots of thoughts on freedom coming from our scriptures, coming from our guidance, coming from the living word. So that's your challenge this weekend. Think about that. Think about what it means to you. Thank God for that and for what it means for you and for your life. Thank God for the freedom that you have to be with one another, to be filled with the Spirit of the Lord, to know freedom. And we hope that you have a beautiful weekend. We hope that you have a safe weekend and find a way to gather with friends and family. Take care.